Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about journaling and my media journals specifically. These are not my daily journals and they were more of a phase that I was experimenting, but I can use it occasionally if I want to. So last time we were talking about my chunky journals that I use on the daily, and sometimes I don't feel like bringing my chunky journals with me when I'm doing one specific thing. So uh, so instead, let's just move. Thank you. My journals, skinny and tiny. Um, so I had a phase where I was offline, no YouTube either, and I used different kinds of entertainment. And instead of using my big journals, I thought I focused more on monotasking instead of a system. And if I were to play a game or watch TV, I could bring this with me and only use this, no other distractions. And I thought it was really interesting, but unfortunately, I didn't use it as much as I wanted to, but that's okay, you know. So these are Midori MD journals, and these are the B6 Slim, and these are graph, and this is blank, and these are the B6 that are not slim. Notice the difference? Okay, this one's a bit chunky. This is the original size, and this is, you can see. So let's just begin. So as the last time I showed you my commonplace book where I showed you like something like this. This is my Stardew Valley fishing guide that I can check which fish I caught so that I can get every fish with the weather, and so, no, this is great for oversight. When I want to fish, I can go here and then I can see like, okay, this is what I need to do. So that's great, but I don't feel like doing elaborate lists and love thinking, or I sometimes just want to chill. And so this is my, excuse me, yes, some hardware issues, but this is my gaming journal, and I used this pen for all of them because this is the same as my other Midori book. It's the same paper, so I tend to use the same pens. And I use highlighters, but not in this one. This one is just this pen, and I write the title of the game and the date often because I tend to do it in one session or a few sessions instead of thinking of making entire lists. I just feel like, okay, this is what I want to do today. This is what I feel like doing now. And I get a sense of progress. I can clearly think of what I should want to do. So yeah, this is basically it. It's very, very simple, very clear what my goals are. So I haven't used this in a while, as you can tell. This in March was the last one. I haven't been playing much games. I played some games, but I didn't need a list for it. And, I don't force myself to create lists for everything I do. So I might pick this up again. And what I could do is make more lists. This can be a to-do list, sure. But I can also put in my favorite games or games I've enjoyed recently. Maybe even tiny reviews. And especially for games that I didn't need to have a list, so that's such as small indie games. And then the last one that I remembered playing was Little Gator Game, and I really enjoyed that game. And Yeah, it's very simple and clear, so I didn't need much, yeah, much writing and much to-do list, because a lot of games have their own systems already, um, like quests and such, you know. So this is my TV, movie, you know, big screen type of content where I basically write in lists like what movies I've watched, or what lists that people recommend that I can check in. I won't show everything because some are a bit private, but like movie recommendations, and sometimes based on the movies that I enjoyed. I really enjoyed Perfect Days, for example, and people said that these are similar to these movies. As you can see, I use highlighters for this one. It's I don't have the exact one, but I use the zebra mildliners. I forgot to tell you, this is the Stabilo Sensor Fineliner 0.3. I will put in the the materials I'm using in my description box so that we can move on. But I use the highlighter as a checkbox, and then I can just cross it. I think it's cute. Let's see. So I also use the film festivals, and then I can use that as a list. But since it's out this year, I don't have much. Uh, yeah, it's still out, you know, so I still have to wait. But I can go to the movies maybe if it's available. I haven't updated this much, but this is the one I used recently. So it's not like I haven't been using it for months like this one. This one I can put in more the TV shows. So I tend to watch Asian dramas. I tend to watch anime. So I do have lists, anime list, but it's just recommendations of that genre. But I might go more detail of this one. So next one is my music journal. This is where I put my favorite artists and their albums, or specific songs that I enjoy. I will put in lyrics, and let me think. I also put in my favorite podcasts, and anything else? No, this is it basically. I haven't been using this as much as I would like to, but this system also encourages me to pay more attention to the things that I want to pay attention to. So I I listen to music, but I feel like, especially with YouTube and Spotify, games, music tends to be just something I put in the background. I don't listen to the entire albums anymore. I don't really focus on who is making this, are they doing, what do I like about the lyrics, and so this is more also an encouragement for me to, when I look at this, wait, I should listen to an album. I should write down which artists I like, and I also can make playlists based on artists that I like, based on the mood of my own. So, you know, if Spotify is gone, I would have an archive of the things I enjoyed, and then can look back, oh yeah, that's right, because my tastes vary based on the year. So I used to, let's see, I used to like, I still enjoy all of them, but I listened to a lot of rap and hip hop. Then I listened to metal, and then it's more of a cozy vibe, and a lot of anime music, and now also game music. So I could write them all down if I wanted to. So this is my art journal. I love art, but I got burnt out so badly that I really need to revisit it in a different way. And I tend to I have different journals, and I still am figure out what works for me. But this one I wanted to write in, and sorry, draw in some birds and use just a pen. Let me see. Let me see. I think based on the thickness of my of the drawings, I think I use this one, the Uni-ball PIN Fineliner, the 0.05, but it doesn't matter. I can use both of these. But I only draw two of them. I wanted to use highlighters and pens because I have them with me all the time. I think that I will broaden my horizons a bit more by drawing the things I'm perceiving, and my environment, or the things I enjoy specifically, like media or something like that. I'm still figuring it out, but I might show different ways to have an art journal, but I still need to explore this one. So these are the non-slim versions. Also, these slim versions are can be used for traveling notes. So the fans of traveling notes might use this, but I didn't want to buy traveling notes for something I'm experimenting on, and also I want to do monotasking. I didn't want other distractions when I'm using one of them. So this is my basically a spiritual journal, and I listened to a lot of podcasts when I didn't use YouTube, and I thought of listening to different religions and different religions, spiritual ones, the psychology, science, philosophy, and I only wrote down the things that grabbed my attention. But I also use quotes or things I've learned from books of this same subject. And why I'm doing this is to create a map for my if I only write the things that grab me, I can really look back and see what my moral compass is, what my spiritual side is, what really grabs me as it's a map of my personality basically. I think it's very interesting to also see the perspectives of other people, even if I don't agree on, or what I tend to do is, instead of focusing what I don't agree on, I will go through the things that I do see, that what I do enjoy, or I will connect the different sides, and then I will connect them and see what they have in common. And I don't want to show a lot of them, but I have been journaling of the books of Buddhism. I've been studying that, but I'm very much a beginner. I've been really enjoying it. So as you can see, I still use the highlighters, and I'm just putting in notes. I tend to, if you can tell, I have different ways of writing down the things I like. I also tiny examples so that I have a clearer vision of what they mean. I tend to, when I'm quoting something, can I give you an example? Let me see. So this is a podcast called For the Healthy Horse. I'm sometimes agreeing with them and sometimes I don't, but what I tend to do is, when I quote something, I give a bit space, I put in this, and then I have the quote and a bit of spacing. So this is also a quote of others. So this is more of this is taking book notes, but this is more of when I pick something from someone else, from someone else from a podcast. And this is more of a quote, and this more, But either way, I think it's fun. I haven't been updating this in a while because I feel like I want to focus on other things in my life, and I take breaks, and then I will come back, and then I will take breaks, and that's a way for me to stay engaged and not get bored, because I tend to get bored sometimes of the phases that I have, because I tend to get overwhelmed because I have so much things that I like to do, and I don't have the energy to do all of them. So, wait, this is my book journal. I got, so last year I got really ill. I sat in bed all day. And I was already chronically ill, but I also got new illnesses, and I didn't know how to cope with this. It was very... I felt like there's nothing I could do. I couldn't focus, I couldn't do anything. And so I forced myself to read books. I got an e-reader, and I forced myself to read books. And that's a way, instead of consuming media, because this offline stuff came after it, but before I used this because I was so tired of just consuming stuff, because I couldn't do anything else. Like creating something is too much focus. I was burnt out, I was tired, I was in constant pain. And with migraines, focusing is such a difficult task. And other pains in my body, it was a rough time, and reading books really helped me out. But I got a bit enthusiastic. So these are pictures of when I was reading. I really didn't like this book, but I liked the cover, but I didn't like this book. Sometimes I read a book, have my tea, and then my herbal tea, by the way, and just watch someone else read a book or take a note. So these are the books that I've read. I have read, like, I think 120 books in a half a year. Now I'm a bit burnt out, and now I'm casually reading, but I really went off. I haven't updated everything. I haven't put in everything, because tracking books after I've read like 100 books was exhausting and overwhelming. I didn't feel like doing it anymore. I do have a Goodreads, so I know what I've read, but I got really tired. And this is basically the system that I used. Having pictures, so I had to preemptively write down, and then later on print out a lot of books, print off a lot of covers afterwards, because I don't have a color printer. And so these are basically it. So the description, summary, my thoughts and quotes that I enjoyed. It's not really elaborate or a lot of details, because I don't feel like it. I think it's very cool to have basically a tiny library of the things that I've consumed, especially because most of them are digital books, and I don't have the library physically. Some of them are. Some of them I do have physically, like this one. This one I think as well. This one as well. This one I bought afterwards, physically, because I like this so much. This is one of my favorite books. And yeah, so this is basically more of an inspiration for others. I'm not sure if I will be picking this up again, but I really like the idea of it, and I enjoyed it when I was doing it. But I think I will use a different system. So this is basically it. This is basically all of my media journals, and I really want to pick this up again. It's fun. It's fun. But if I use my my chunky books, that is already a very good system already for me, then I feel less inclined to use this. But because it's so small, it's easy to get back into, and it's something that I can get into it when I feel like it, because I don't feel the urge to write down every single day. I don't feel the urge to fill it in until it's done, especially because it's so small. I don't feel the urge to fill it all in because, you know, it's fine. It's easy to make, if I get invested and I fill it up very quickly, I might upgrade it into a different book or different system, or I just buy more books like this one, because these books, it comes in packs of 3. They are not really that expensive, especially for the quality paper that you get, even though there are not a lot of papers in, but the quality that you're getting is good. And these ones, yeah, obviously cost a bit more, but it's if you put all of them in here, that's also it's also worth it. But you might not be able to do traveling notes with this one. There might be people who do that because some people have really chunky ones. I am not in that world yet. Please, wallet. My wallet is crying. My wallet is grieving because I love journaling so much. They're a bit smooth because they are a bit of a carton. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Either way, and I want to give a small update on my channel. I was very enthusiastic when I started out, but I don't want to make several videos in 1 week. Even though I really have the urge because to do it because I have so much to say. But I think that I want to be more calm, and I want to actually live my life. I want to actually do the things so that I can tell you what I've done. I don't want to run out of things to say, and I think I don't think that everyone has time to watch an hour-long video several times a week. I do. Maybe you do. But either way, I think it's for me. I think it's more responsible to just take a step back and enjoy my bad, and enjoy my time a bit. Put little less pressure because I tend to get burnt out a lot, so I want to take it slow. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I did, because I really enjoyed this system. It's just that I didn't have the time, and I also have weak wrists, so I don't feel like. Anyways, I have explained everything already. I don't want to continue yapping. My bad. Thank you for watching again. I see you soon. Most likely once a week. I'm not sure. I might take breaks. I will tell you when I'm changing stuff. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.